Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Tonight, Nick Aldis made an announcement as SmackDown went on the air, but that promise was immediately broken in a bizarre move. All WWE needed to do was hold on for 5 minutes. This week, the 3-hour SmackDown was meant to be a special episode before the 2025 Royal Rumble. As a result, Aldis took to Twitter/X to announce that the first hour of SmackDown would be commercial-free, an announcement that fans welcomed. However, in a bit of a bizarre move, WWE went exactly 54 minutes before cutting to the commercials, breaking Nick Aldis's promise. It was certainly an odd decision to do so, but nonetheless, the first hour of SmackDown had no filler whatsoever. It transitioned smoothly from segment to segment, whether it was Michael Cole introducing Pat McAfee, Kevin Owens having a standoff with CM Punk, or Jimmy Uso, who had a title feud teased, beating Carmelo Hayes. It was a fantastic hour of television, but it still makes little sense to cut to commercials and break the promise by 6 minutes. Commercial-free first hours of WWE TV are always a blessing for fans to watch. The air in the WWE locker room was thick with anticipation, tension crackling like static before a storm. Rumors of a major announcement swirled like wildfire, with fans across the globe speculating what WWE's latest move would be. The cryptic teaser leading into SmackDown was enough to send shockwaves through the WWE universe. Nick Aldis, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and one of the newest signings to WWE, had a huge promise to announce, and it would change everything. The moment arrived with the sound of a microphone echoing through the backstage area, and there stood Aldis, dressed in a sharp suit, his piercing eyes focused on the camera. It was clear this wasn't just another promo or announcement to hype the upcoming match card for SmackDown. This was going to be something much bigger. The fans, both in the arena and watching from home, were ready for a monumental shift in the WWE landscape. The promise. Aldis stood in front of the camera with a confident, yet calculating expression, his voice steady and firm as he addressed the WWE universe. Tonight, you will witness a turning point in WWE history, he began, his words dripping with gravitas. For years, the WWE has been known for its spectacle, its legacy, its drama. But tonight, I make a promise that will forever change the way you look at this company. He paused for effect, and the arena fell into an almost eerie silence. Fans leaned forward in their seats, some already beginning to murmur in anticipation. What was coming next? I promise you this, Aldis continued, his eyes scanning the arena as though daring anyone to challenge him. WWE will not just be about the past anymore. We're looking toward the future. Starting tonight, I am going to bring the biggest stars from across the globe to this very ring. We are going to build a brand new era of superstars who will leave their mark, and not just in the ring, but on your hearts and minds. No one is safe. Not the legends, not the current champions. And definitely not Roman Reigns. A sudden gasp rippled through the crowd. The mention of Roman Reigns, the undisputed Universal Champion, was not only bold, but it hinted at the audacity of Aldis's claim. Reigns had held the WWE Universe in the palm of his hand for over 3 years, and the thought of a new era taking shape in his absence was a tantalizing idea. Mark my words, Aldis finished, his tone final and resolute. Tonight, you will witness the beginning of something legendary. The future is now. WWE is about to change, and it starts tonight. And with that, Aldis dropped the mic, leaving the audience to stew in the aftershock of his words. There was no denying that this promise had the fans buzzing. Was Aldis talking about a brand new faction? A major acquisition? Or perhaps, a new championship to change the landscape of WWE once again? The immediate reversal. What followed was nothing short of chaotic. As the lights dimmed and SmackDown began, fans were treated to what they thought would be the unveiling of this bold new vision for WWE. The cameras cut to the ring, and there stood Aldis once again, microphone in hand. I know you're all expecting something spectacular. But, I'm afraid to say, that promise? He chuckled darkly, shaking his head. It was never meant to be kept. Not yet, anyway. A collective gasp rose from the WWE universe. The promise, the huge proclamation, had already been broken. Do you really think I'd just walk in here and change everything in one night? No, no, no. The future doesn't come so easily. You'll just have to wait a little longer. But trust me, it'll be worth it. Aldis's words echoed with a smug finality as he dropped the microphone once more. A stunned silence filled the arena. The promise of a new era, of a fresh future, had been dashed just moments after it had been declared. But Aldis wasn't done. He smirked as the tension continued to build. "You think I was going to give you everything on a silver platter? No. The real fun starts when you least expect it. But for now, let's talk about what's actually going to happen tonight." The fallout. The WWE Universe's emotions ranged from anger to confusion. Fans who had hoped for something groundbreaking, something transformative, now found themselves facing an immediate disappointment. It was one thing to tease a change, but to promise it and break it so quickly was something WWE fans were not accustomed to. But then again, this was Nick Aldis, a man who had always been known for bending the rules and playing the game in his own way. Backstage, the locker room buzzed with whispers. The veterans, the champions, the superstars who had been with WWE for years, were skeptical. What did Aldis mean by his words? Was this the beginning of something more, or just another mind game? The legends who had been in WWE for decades, like Randy Orton and Edge, couldn't help but question whether Aldis had truly overstepped. After all, WWE was built on a foundation of respect for its history, its legends, and its champions. To suggest that Roman Reigns, the face of WWE for so long, could be pushed aside in favor of a new vision was a bold, and possibly reckless, claim. The reactions were mixed. Some of the younger superstars, eager for a chance to seize the spotlight, saw Aldis's announcement as an opportunity to align themselves with the promised future. Meanwhile, others, like Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, scoffed at the notion. They knew that WWE's legacy wasn't something that could be discarded so easily, no matter how grand Aldis's ambitions seemed. But it wasn't just the roster that reacted. Roman Reigns himself was now facing a new wave of speculation. The champion had been untouchable for years, and the idea that someone was now actively challenging his dominance was bound to spark a fierce confrontation. The real question. As SmackDown continued and the show unfolded, one thing became clear: Aldis wasn't finished. The promise might have been broken, but it was only the beginning of a larger, more intricate game. For the fans, the true question now was simple: what did Aldis really have in store for the future of WWE? Was this all just a scheme to rile up the WWE Universe, to make them yearn for the change that he promised but didn't deliver? Or was he truly planning something bigger, something so massive that the universe had to be baited first before it could be unleashed? In the end, Nick Aldis had made one thing abundantly clear: the future of WWE wasn't going to be easy, predictable, or safe. Whatever he had planned next, it would be worth the wait, at least, that's what he wanted the world to believe. And as SmackDown came to a close, fans were left with one final thought: when the future of WWE is in Aldis's hands, nothing was ever going to be as it seemed.